Hey, what's up guys, it's Blake, and today we're going to be reviewing the new 7-inch from Illinois pop-punk band Knuckle Puck, now on Rise Records, that contains 2 tracks, Calendar Days and Indecisive. The band is currently recording their second full-length after a very impressive debut record in Copacetic. I actually heard that these tracks right here were just B-sides and throwaways from Copacetic. That could be wrong though, it was just a rumor that I heard. But Copacetic had a very central sound. The tracks all had a central theme and a style of mixing that created very cohesive and thematic works in terms of instrumentation. Both of these tracks just seem so far removed from that centralization that I could definitely see them being B-sides from it, or stuff that just didn't make the cut from previous EPs. I'm definitely enjoying this little EP as a nice holdover until we get another album in late 2017, most likely. Both tracks in this album are pretty interesting. They're different from one another, but I like one more than the other, so let's get into them. The first track on it is Calendar Days, a more upbeat and full band oriented song. There's something about the way this song is written that makes it seem slightly primitive. It seems like a little bit of regression in terms of songwriting. It gives me vibes from something off of Don't Come Home or one of their other earlier EPs. I feel like this track has just been sitting around for a while, and they just picked it up because they needed something pre-recorded to throw on this, because as far as I know, they have not entered the studio since Copacetic. The verses have a really interesting style of just meandering around behind some really thin sounding guitars. There's no big change of instrumentation when it goes into the chorus, what makes the chorus not hit as hard as it could. I also find the dips out of the verses into the clean guitars slightly awkward, and every time I listen to the song I can never get fully used to them. They just seem so out of the blue and unnecessary for me, and I feel like they could have been executed much better. The song definitely has a lot more kick and attention grabbing parts in the first half of the song. It just kind of loses me after that first chorus, where I feel like they could have done some stuff better after that. The second song is called Indecisive, a more acoustic leaning track that I'm actually in love with. I never thought I'd hear Joe Taylor use a falsetto in a song, but here we are in 2017, pop punk is wild already. This song is actually wicked atmospheric for a pop punk acoustic leaning track. Usually we just have some acoustic guitar and stripped back vocals, but here there's a lot going on in the background adding to the feel of the song. I love the harmonies done by Nick that linger throughout the entire song. They are a little overpowering though in the mix. They could have been toned down a little bit. The piano and electric distorted guitar that makes appearances really make the song what it is in the last half of the song. They have some really great and new instrumental textures to it. And lyrically, I think this is one of Knuckle Puck's best songs they've ever written. Although it comes off a little Tumblr-esque in sections with lines like, "What's the weight of my word when I talk too fucking much?" and other lyrics pretty similar to that one. We have some very honest lyrics that focuses on one situation and translates that incredibly well and really puts the listener into it. Overall, this is a fantastically written song, and I want to say it's even one of my all-time favorites from these guys. Overall, we have a pretty solid holdover to keep fans happy while we wait for LP number 2 sometime this year. They're in the studio right now actually and finishing up, so I'm wicked excited to see what we get from them. But this 7-inch has a really strong point for me and a really negative point for me. It has 2 very different listening experiences. One where I love the track so fucking much, and one where I want to turn the track off so fucking much. I don't think we're gonna get anything like Calendar Days off the new album, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear some more stuff like Indecisive on it. Again, wasn't expecting too much out of this small little EP, but new music from actually good pop punk bands is always nice. With all of this in mind, I think this is really deserving of a solid 7 out of 10, and I'm looking forward to the second album because it will definitely improve on Copacetic. Indecisive for me is definitely pulling the 7-inch towards the 7 side. Calendar Days is really dragging it down a lot farther, but I'm still happy with it. But definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you for watching.